What's up, everybody? We're here with Off the Field with Isaiah Robinson, special guest Romon Copeland, Jr., 5'9", 165 receiver at Hampton University, who's also from Virginia. How you doing today, bro?
It's nice to meet y'all. I'm doing very good. I'm saying very blessed to be living here at this moment, at this time, and it's a great day to be here.
Yes, sir. Definitely. So before we get into the interview, I'm gonna show the people some of your highlight clips and see what you did this past year as a freshman.
Word.
Mansfield, Texas. In the middle, great one-handed grab. Oh, what a reach by Romon Copeland. Room to run, clear to the end zone, touchdown. Boy, Romon Copeland, impressive yards after the catch, but it's the catch that really caught your attention.
Unbelievable hand-eye coordination just to bring this in. The safety was coming over to lay a big hit. Somehow he was able to focus in on it with his right hand, brought it in, then eluded the safety over. There's a run-pass option.
Top five in the Big South in that. Give it another look, and how about the reach?
There was the play fake to Burris, and then Copeland somehow was able to focus again. Going over the middle, you know you're going to get hit.
So tell me about your journey. How did you end up at Hampton? I know that you was under-recruited and undersized coming out of high school, so tell me about all that.
All right, so where do I begin with, man? So when I was 4 years old, the first position I ever played was quarterback, and I always been playing quarterback always up until ninth grade. So once I got to high school and realized that like I need to change my position, you know what I'm saying? I've always been an athlete. I always was able to do anything on the field, but I just came to realize that like I might need to change my position. So I went to defensive back 10th grade year, and I played a little bit of receiver. Then I just really focused on receiver for the off season. And my junior year, that's when I really, started to, I just started really focus on my development as a receiver and everything. And junior year, that's when I kind of started sparking, and I was still undersized and everything like that. But it just came to a point where I had to make my mind up. And after my junior year, I came and finished my season with 2 offers. I got my first offer from a JUCO. Then I started to get an offer from, Virginia State, Delaware State, Delaware State was my first Division I offer. And by the time my senior year came, I had one of the best careers ever in high school. You know what I'm saying? I set records there. I was the Virginia State All Player of the Year at my size, and I was underrated. I was so small, dude, and my stats was outstanding. It was something that you couldn't even imagine. So that's when all the offers started to roll in late period, and I knew I was going to get offers late, but just sitting back and thinking about everything, and it's been like a wild journey, and I'm glad that I went through that process. But also just learning that the offers that I did have, you know what I'm saying, some coaches didn't want me. They wanted me to walk on, you know what I'm saying? They gave my full scholarship to somebody else because they thought it was better than me. And I was verbally committed to Old Dominion University, but once they gave a scholarship out to somebody else, and they decided to make their mind like this is who they want, then that's when I went with Hampton. And, Coach Partied called me, and he came to my house, and he told me everything that I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. And I made that decision and went with Hampton. I always thought that Hampton was the best thing for me, and it was close to home, close for my family. And since I've been there, it's been nothing but great opportunities for me. And I just finished up my freshman season, you know what I'm saying, just being that top athlete now, you know what I'm saying, ranked top 14 in the country. And a lot of people don't get those opportunities once you come in as a true freshman and, you know what I'm saying, you do your thing. But that's kind of been, you know what I'm saying, my journey. And, you know what I'm saying, the journey is never done. It's still things that I have to write, still chapters and still books that I have to complete. And I'm just blessed for the good and the bad.
For sure. So you talked about you was verbally committed to ODU, and they pulled your scholarship. A lot of athletes nowadays, they don't understand like that can happen to you. So, or when it does happen to you, how did that affect you mentally, or what did you think about that when all that happened? Because when in high school, I got an offer pulled too, because I committed too late, but you was actually committed to a school. So like, how did that affect you mentally? I know I was hurt because I wanted to go to that school. So
It kind of opened up my eyes and made me understand that it's a business, you know what I'm saying? But also it made me also realize that coaches is going to be real with you. Some coaches not going to be real with you. And it did hurt me to the point where it was like, well, dang, like, what did I do? I didn't do nothing wrong. It just, they thought somebody was better than what I was. And, you know, that's what they went with. And I had to accept that. And I had to, you know what I'm saying, prove myself right. So when I went to Hampton, and, you know, that's all I was pretty much focused on by becoming the type of person I am, you know what I'm saying? And just doing what I have to do on and off the field. And then I just put my head down and grind. And eventually it showed. Like, you know, a lot of people didn't think I was going to be able to do what I did at this level or at this D1 level or against these teams. But I did, only because of how much work I put in and how much I'm dedicated. And you know what I'm saying, my heart bigger than my body. And it doesn't matter who it is, don't matter how big you are. It just, my drive is always to outwork somebody else. And that's always been my motive since I've been 4 years old. And that's what I've been living up to. So just for the youngest who out there and who's going through a recruitment process, it's very important for you to ask those questions. You know what I'm saying? Just like, it's okay to tell the coach, like, coach, don't beat around the bush. Like what you here for, what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you guys going to have to commit to a school for your future. It's your life. You know what I'm saying? It's your business. And to have somebody to mess around with that, it's not okay. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the recruiting process is for. It's to learn and accept things for what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely did hurt me. It definitely did put a fuel to the fire. And it definitely did wake me up to the point where it's like, nah, like this how it is. Nah, I gotta go get it even more now. So it definitely struck me for sure.
Right. So let's talk about off the field, like you just mentioned. So what do you like to do in your spare time when you have free time? Hobbies or interests?
On my free time, like I like to work out. Work out like 3-4 days a week. I like to play the game, you know what I'm saying? I like to chill back at home. And I just like to, you know what I'm saying, give back to the youth with my positive and my motivational words and the things that I've been through to help others out. And I just don't like to just sit around and just sit there all day. Like, no, I like to go to the beach. I like to, you know what I'm saying, do something fun. I like bowling. Bowling is probably like one of my favorite things I like to do because it just relaxes my mind, relaxes everything that's going on, and just takes a break from me from everything. And I just like being me.
Right. So I know you want to make a career in the NFL and at the next level, but besides that, do you have a career that you would like to pursue as well? Like a dream job besides the NFL? A second dream job? Let me ask you that.
My second dream job besides the NFL is that I want to be a sports agent, but also be able to, you know, have my own personal trainer business going on where it's just like something similar to a podcast called I Am Athlete, where they have their own building, their own foundation where they train kids and they have a podcast where they talk about everything going. But also is that like I want to be able to be a mentor one day, as far as motivational, be able to speak out and help others, and just pretty much give back to the youth, because now in this generation, they're not knowledgeable. They just based off what social media and what they see, instead of not being able to realize what goes on in today's world. And it's a crazy world we live in. And now, you know, youngins and you know I'm saying, little kids, and especially for young men and young women, they don't understand how life works. whatever comes in their life, you know what I'm saying, they shut down and don't realize like life goes on. You know, the sun is always gonna shine regardless of how you feeling. But it's up to you to pick up and pick up that phone call and be able to, all right, I'm going to be great today, or you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do this today, you know what I'm saying, instead of sitting back being in your feelings. And you know, who's to say it's okay to hurt, it's okay to go through the things, but also you got to understand that whatever you go through is for a reason, and God put you through that for a reason. You know, he's not here to shut you out, because at the end of the day, your parents is the only person that's going to love you unconditionally, and God is going to love you for who you are and who are you going to become, because he already know. Right. So why you tripping? You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing. A part of me is that I just want to help others and help people understand that like this world is bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? It's your world and you got to live in it, but you also got to understand that like it's just not about you, you know? So
right. And you mentioned that it's just not about you, and the world is bigger than you. Sports, it's a lot to this world. So like being a student athlete, do you feel like most athletes are prepared for life outside of sports? Why or why not?
No, because me personally, I feel like when somebody came from a rough childhood, came from, you know, staying on Section 8 and being around the hood, and you know what I'm saying, like grew up upon that, the only thing that's on your mind is like, bro, I gotta make it out of here. You know what I'm saying? I can't go back to that place. And sometimes when them guys don't make it, they don't know where else to go to. You know what I'm saying? So like me personally, I feel like it's very important for athletes or football players or basketball players or any other players to understand that like you're not going to always be able to make it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not going to always work out for you the way it might work out for somebody else. But at the same time, I feel like 9 times out of 10, it's a small percentage of somebody who has a plan outside of if they don't make it. And it's something that, you know what I'm saying, Coach Partied always preach about, like, everybody don't go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't get a shot. And that's just how it is. But some people have to be able to take that and accept that. As far as getting your degree and figuring out what's next, why wait to the last minute when things is not going good for plan A? Instead of focus on plan A, you can focus on plan B and also put plan B into the process. Right. So like, I think that like athletes or you know what I'm saying, football players have a hard time struggling with that, you know, because they really don't have somebody to teach them or give them game. And they always think like, I want to go to the NFL one day, but you don't understand how much work you have to put in order to get to the NFL. Right. But nowadays, just like anybody can go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It's not harder. Right. It's becoming a lot more easier, and it's a lot more HBCUs and D2s and, you know what I'm saying, D3 guys who end up getting drafted. Right. It's just all about how much you want it, how bad you want it. And with that, it's going to have to come with separating yourself from others. It's going to come with, you know, staying up at night and staying those after hours, getting extra work in, and you know what I'm saying, studying film. It's just like how bad you want it. You just can't be comfortable with being comfortable. You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's where like I'm kind of different at. And I be just trying to get other people to understand, like, bro, it's not going to always be easy. It's going to be hard, you know, and it's going to be times where you're going to struggle and say, man, like, do I really want it? You're going to question yourself. But if you're not questioning yourself, you know what I'm saying, you're not giving it your all, you know, and it's nothing but it's a process for everybody. But that's just how I personally feel.
And that's also why I made off the field, to like help people see there's another side to life than just sports. Is like like you said, growing up in Section 8, growing up, you gotta bring your parents out the hood. You gotta just provide for your family, doing what you love, and just that's all you know. Growing up is all you know is sports. Like, so it's like you don't really have people outside telling you there's life off of sports. There's things to do. You can be successful, you can have money and not be a rapper in the league. And that's really why I created Off the Field, just to show people there's another side to life, and don't just be blinded, and be educated. And I don't want people to say that's all they knew was sports. Find something outside of yourself besides sports. And that's really There's plenty of ways to make money. That's all I'm saying.
Right. There's a lot of ways to make money, for sure.
Right. So when you hear people say that sports is a business, what does that mean to you?
That you have to understand the game. You have to understand how it goes. Like, when I learned that in a business from college and into NFL, and I haven't been to NFL yet, but just me being woken and being knowledgeable, is that, like, it doesn't matter where you at, what team you on, it's a business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Sports is a business to the point where, so like, society makes sports greater than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just sports. There's always something on the news about, oh, this player did this or this player did that. It's nothing but society to us. And just to realize that when we play the game we love, we have people who do care about us and we have people who don't care about us. You know what I'm saying? And with being an NFL in an organization, like, they don't care if, you know what I'm saying, you're this guy or that guy. Like, if they can get you out of there, they're going to get you out of there. You know what I'm saying? You're not just, there's not no, you know what I'm saying, a relationship where, like, you're entitled to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're liable to get cut off anytime, any given moment. So, you know what I'm saying? In sports business, it's always just not about sports. You know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying, mental wise and educational wise. And also in the sports business, you can really learn from it. And you can learn from, you know, just how the world works and how society works and how much society impacts sports business. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I just think that sports business means.
Also, I feel like, to add on to that, I feel like sports business is how you carry yourself off the field too.
Right.
Just making sure that your name is spoken about when you're not there, and it's not spoken about in a bad way, it's spoken about in a good way. So I just want to give the viewers out, that's a tip. Make sure that you want to make sure that your name is brought up in rooms that you're not even in. So that's one thing, business tip I want to give out. So have you ever had a formal business coach or a mentor of any sort?
I would generally say my trainer and my dad, far as like the business aspect, my trainer, you know what I'm saying, just by him experiencing college and NFL and knows what it takes. And going to him about anything that goes on in my life, what I'm struggling with, what I need to work on, and just mentoring me about the right decisions I make, especially with NIL deals and things like that. Like, I have those two people in my life that really do a great job with that.
Do you want to shout your trainer out and the business on anything?
Oh yeah, you know, so shout out my homeboy Vince Lowe. You know what I'm saying? He's a wonderful dude, man. And you know what I'm saying, his business is called Locked In Fitness. And you know, I just appreciate everything he has done for me in every aspect of the way. You know, he always been there for me when I need him. And he's more than a trainer, you know what I'm saying? He's a father as well. And, you know, he just had his son. And, you know, so I'm really proud of him. And just like, that's something I would want to be. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I look up to, and I really respect him for everything he's done for me and what he's done for himself and how much he been able to do anything he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just accept that God, you know what I'm saying, put him in my life and really focus that, man, I'm a blessing. He's a blessing to me. And you know what I'm saying? I just really thank him for that.
All right. So tell me about your brand and what you're doing to create more followers for you.
So really I'm just, for my brand is my name, who I am. And for my followers, I just want to be able to, you know, give out and speak on things that people is not comfortable with speaking on. And I understand that, you know, people dealt with mental health and depression, and I have as well. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with it during the season of football, but once I realized that, like, I need to put myself first and do what I need to do, it became a lot easier. So like, for anybody know me, it's just like I love hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm very compassionate about what I do. on and off the field. And much very, it's just like I care a lot about other people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there that I never knew in the world that cares and look up to me. So I feel like in every aspect of the way, I have to give out something positive and be able to give back to people who is suffering, because it's somebody that went through something worse than what I went through, and I don't know. But by me just speaking out and, you know what I'm saying, being the type of person I am, I could help a lot of people in that way. And lately, I've been receiving a lot of messages from, you know what I'm saying, from men and women, from them saying like they've been watching for a long time and they know I'm a great person and they see something in me and they see me going to the NFL or being successful in life. And that's something that a lot of us athletes don't hear. Like we always, you know what I'm saying, get accepted for what we do on the field instead of the type of person we are, you know what I'm saying? And just like being able to hear that, it's a blessing, and it put a smile on my face, because regardless of what I'm going through, they know how to lift me up. They understand me and they support me fully through anything. And for me to just really gain more followers or get people to find me, it's just that I just be myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm going to be myself on social media or off it, you know what I'm saying? And people are going to attract good souls, you know what I'm saying? Great people, and good people is going to put themselves around good people. And I'm just blessed to really have that in my life. And a lot of people question me like, well, how you guys follow just what I do, you know what I'm saying? Just from me playing football and, you know what I'm saying, just being myself and putting an impact for the youth and being able to overcome all the haters and the doubters and people who say I wasn't going to be able to do this and do that. Once I did that, you know what I'm saying, everybody was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like his story is going to be a great story. It's going to be a different story. And, you know, that's what I'm just, you know what I'm saying, blessed upon.
Right. So I seen that you had some new merchandise on your gram. So let's talk about NIL deals. What's your take on that?
I feel that's a great opportunity. It has its pros and cons, and sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. You know, a lot of time when they came out with a deal, a lot of people were just like, oh, now I can make some money. I can just sign with anybody. Like, no, you have to be able to sign with somebody who's always going to be truly 100% regardless with the business aspect. You have to know in the business is business. You know what I'm saying? And when I first signed my NIL deal, it was with I want to say it was with Campus Mogul, and I was doing my part. You know, I was making sales, I was being truthful and very committed to them, and they backdoored me to the point where they was always late delivering out, you know what I'm saying, my merch to my supporters. I didn't get paid from it. I never got paid, and it was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? But it was a lesson for me. So with me coming up with this new merch.
That real quick. That's the merch that they get your name on the back, right?
Yes. Like this another thing for the people out there. You can't let somebody play with your brand, with yourself. You can't allow somebody to sit there and make money off of your name. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of if the clothing, where they get the clothing from, the brand it is, it don't matter, or their company. At the end of the day, for them to make money, I would have to make sales off of my name in order for them to continue their business and whatever got to be taken care of, or for them to keep going. But with this deal that I have with you know what I'm saying, digital, you know what I'm saying, cute, forget the name. I want to say it's digital. And he's just somebody who's in the area. He's from Newport News, and his name's John. And you know what I'm saying, shout out to him for, you know what I'm saying, giving me this opportunity. But it's more so that, like, with this merch now, it's more so open. It's more so I have track of my orders. I have track of my sales. I understand what I'm getting. I understand what they're getting. It's just part of the business aspect of financially breaking everything down so you can understand what's going on. So one day I'm going to be able to have my own business. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to consider and work for, to the point where it's not just RDC 11. It's just not that. It's to the point where I have other clothes that, you know, some people can have, other hats, you know what I'm saying, other shoes maybe. Instead of just having football, I'm gonna have really just clothes and different designs that people like. That's what I'm trying to work for. That's why I think in NIL deals, you sign with somebody or get a good deal with somebody so you can learn about how the process goes. Because us athletes, we really don't have time to work a full-time job. We really don't have time to really work for real. And I can only speak on the ones who's, you know what I'm saying, on scholarship and on partial scholarships. But far as the walk-ons, they coming out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? They still got to still pay for school. So like they got to go work, you know what I'm saying? Unless their parents have it for them. But just to, you know, be able to have this opportunity is kind of like a blessing, because I'm really big on financially. Like I want to be able to get anything I want, have anything I want. And sometimes like I'm not going to be able to do that right now, which I understand, but I can still put the process in and still try to do whatever I can to, you know what I'm saying, do it. But at the end of the day, I'm here for football and to go to school. You know what I'm saying? That's what my parents wanted me to do. That's what I wanted to do. That's something I committed to. So it's kind of hard to feel like, man, I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to feel like that. But it's okay, because the money is always going to be there. You just got to be patient. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's timing different. Everybody timing with, you know what I'm saying, getting this amount of money is going to be different. Everybody's journey is different. You know what I'm saying? But stay true to yourself and stay patient with you, and everything is going to work out.
For sure. And speaking about that, I actually opened up an off the field NIL management team. So I have managers, lawyers to like actually do research on the NILs, bring NIL deals back to me, and I can bring it out to the athletes that come on the show, or things like that. It just help other athletes, because like if you're not gonna, it's hard to get an NIL deal if you're not out of Alabama or Georgia or big or Power 5 school, right? So like Nick Saban, he probably talking to some people getting them NIL deals. Mid-level schools, them coaches not really going to talk to you about NIL deals, super being honest. So that's why I opened that company up, just to help athletes also bring in the source of income too, because like you said, we don't have time to get a 9 to 5, get a full-time job. So I feel like this would be a good opportunity to bring some extra money in, but also you focusing on your craft.
Yeah.
Do you think that the school should have a responsibility to educate the players, or should they solely only think about the players on the field?
I think they should educate the players, because a lot of us players are weakly, you know what I'm saying, with the mindset, not very knowledgeable of what's going on. And I feel like, why not have a program where it's something that they talk about business? You know what I'm saying? Like with college, we take college classes that has nothing to do with what we want to do in the future, right? So why not have schools, you know what I'm saying, bring that knowledge down and, you know what I'm saying, tell or teach on things that what we need to hear as far as athletes, instead of really just catering us because we're on the field, because we are on the football team, we bringing this money to the university or the program. It's like, that's not what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Football is not going to last for everybody. Everybody time is going to give up eventually in the NFL. But like, it's more so, what do we do outside of that? What do we do outside of our main hobbies? You know what I'm saying? Like, without football, like a lot of people wouldn't even know what type of person they would be today. And football is just not a sport. Football is life. Football teaches you for your toughest moments in life. And to be able to go through that, you have to be able to understand that that's how the world is. You know what I'm saying? It's hard once you get out here on your own and try to find a job or a business. It's hard, but you got to bet on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a risk. There's nothing wrong taking a risk, but you can't be scared taking a risk. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you don't take that risk, you still gonna be in the same spot you in. You know what I'm saying? If you don't bet on yourself, you still gonna be in the same spot you in. So there's nothing wrong with working 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with having a full-time job. There's nothing wrong with being a landscaping owner. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But as long as you bringing in any type of money And long as you're doing something productive, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing I also want to get into is just like, what's wrong with working a 9 to 5? Like, what's wrong with somebody is still out here trying to hustle and still trying to get it just because you up here, you know what I'm saying? Just because your value is up here and somebody else's value is down here, what makes you different? You know what I'm saying? Both y'all is just hungry. It's just you had a different opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, it's the same type of work. You still got to wake up. You still got to put in. You still got to do this, X, Y, and Z. But I just feel like schools should really focus on helping athletes to find another way instead of thinking plan A is going to be plan A. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to them coaches who do have them sit down talks with them athletes or with their players. And some professors have them talks with the students as well, because they understand what's go downs in the school. They understand how school works. They understand that they're not going to tell us everything. They just think that, oh, we just go to school, take these classes and graduate. The whole time is more to it. So that's just based off what I really feel.
Right. Now it's crazy because me and my father, we was having a heated discussion about this. He was like, what do you think the NCAA can like do to help the athletes? I was like, actually just create a class to help athletes understand what business is and to try to figure out who they are outside of sports. Because like we'll have people come talk to the team, right? But it's just like motivational speakers, like, but how we gonna learn and help better ourselves outside of sports. And that's really what I feel like the NCAA should do a better job of helping student athletes, not just pushing them through the system, trying to figure out, okay, the next guy, but like I'm not gonna say they have a responsibility, but it's just like, if they're gonna say that they're there to watch over the students and the parents' childs, then actually have some type of understanding of actually taking care of the children.
Right.
So now we get to the hot seat questions of the interview.
Okay, then.
When was the last time you partied all night?
The last time I partied all night was probably in like around spring. You know what I'm saying? Probably like April, May-ish. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really the party type person. You know what I'm saying? I like to go home to my girl. I like to, you know what I'm saying, and do other things outside of party. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with having a good time. But when I'm really focused on what I'm trying to do, I really don't let that get in between of what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And I do have a toll on my shoulder, and I do be having a lot of things on my plate. And just to go out and have fun with the guys and, you know what I'm saying, with the fellas, man, nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying, with your friends, homegirls, or whatever, ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's the last time I partied, and that was like springtime. Like,
if you could go to any NFL team, what would it be?
To be honest, you know what I'm saying, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to go to a team that I always watch and, you know what I'm saying, looked up for and dreamed of playing with. But honestly, you know what I'm saying, like, that rarely happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm just blessed to go with any team that, you know what I'm saying, accepts me for me. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not the Cowboys, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's the Dolphins or whoever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just very appreciative that they took their chance on me and realized what they got in front of them.
Who's your favorite childhood celebrity crush?
You know, the crazy thing is, I don't have a celebrity crush. You know what I'm saying?
Childhood celebrity crush?
Nah.
He was younger.
Like I ain't never crushed, you know what I'm saying? I always liked their music and like what type of person they are. But like, I ain't never was like, dang, like I wanted to be like, I want to get with her. I want to be with her. It's like no,
bad or nothing.
Like no, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? It's some very beautiful, you know what I'm saying, like artists out there and you know what I'm saying, celebrities out there, but it's just like it's different, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, and this is a thing what I want to ask you. If you and your girl, right, and Drake DM her out the blue, I guarantee you 10 out of 10, she's gonna take that trip with Drake.
For sure.
Any female is gonna do that. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no female that's gonna sit there and say, oh no. You know what I'm saying? If they do, I guarantee you like that's a blessing. That's something that you cannot lose out on. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but, like,
a good one right there. It's a state.
But it just it's kind of different in this world in this society, like in this generation. You know what I'm saying? As far as like people can have a boyfriend or whatever and still be able to comment on hard ass or anything on a celebrity, especially if the celebrity don't even know they exist at all. So just me being woke, being knowledgeable, man, it's just like if Lil Baby flew out your girl for that weekend, what you think he doing? He just trying to, you know what I'm saying, get to it, boom, 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 see you right back home, never talk to you again. Now it's your loss. Then you left your boyfriend for something that wasn't risky for something that you didn't, you know what I'm saying, have to do. But and today's just like, well, that's Lil Baby, that's Drake, you know what I'm saying? That's a once in a lifetime thing. Well, I'm not no once in a lifetime thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for you, you know what I'm saying? But like that's the difference. Like I don't really have no celebrity crush, you know what I'm saying? Like my favorite like R&B and female artists, like I like Fantasia, you know what I'm saying? I like Mary J. Blige, you know what I'm saying? Like I like all of them.
You're a little old soul, huh?
Yeah, I got an old soul, you know what I'm saying? I be vibing, but like, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I like. That's just based upon me, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I am.
Who's your favorite NFL player to watch?
Tyreek Hill and Tavon Austin. Like Tavon Austin was like my favorite player of all time. Like I'm talking about high school. I'm talking when I was little league. That's something I always used to watch when I was little. Like even to now, before I play, I'm always turning on some Tavon Austin or some Tyreek Hill just to get my mind right, just to visualize everything that's going on. But like those two is like my like favorite players of all time, you know what I'm saying? Because they're small guys, but they're very explosive, you know what I'm saying? They're not for the weak. And you know, it just I compare my, you know what I'm saying, my game to them. It's something similar. And I do have people who do call me, you know what I'm saying, a little next Tavon Austin or a little Tyreek Hill or Jakeem Grant. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that I always envision.
Well, appreciate you for coming on the show, bro. Any last words you want to say to your audience before you head out?
I just want to tell y'all that like I'm like it's very big that you put yourself first. And that's with decisions, that's with friendships, that's with relationships. And you know, when I really say put yourself first, I really want you to put yourself first by understanding that your feelings come first before anybody. You know what I'm saying? I was always the type person that put myself last. I was always the type person to make sure she's straight or he's straight and not making sure that I was straight. You know what I'm saying? And if I wasn't good, then my friendships, my relationship, it wasn't going to be good because I'm not good with myself. And also find yourself, you know what I'm saying? Find out what type of person you are. Find your needs, your goods, your bads, everything within yourself. And when you do that, you will understand what type of person you are. You will understand, you know what I'm saying, what is life to you. And take your mental very important because the mental part is something, the most powerful thing in your body, you know what I'm saying? And nowadays, you know what I'm saying, people commit suicide from having mental breakdowns, you know what I'm saying? And I lost some friends from mental, you know what I'm saying? Just like 2021 was a hard year for me because that was the year that I lost a majority of people that I was close with. And that was during the time I was in football season. And I would never forget the day that we played Norfolk State. I woke up to my cousin being dead that night. And my mind was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Be able to lose a cousin that you grew up with, play football with, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? My mind wasn't on the game. You know what I'm saying? I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I was devastated. And somehow I just came out and I just balled that game, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to do what I had to do. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Life is short, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't wait to love somebody. You know what I'm saying? Love somebody regardless of what the situation is, whether it's good or bad, man. And I understand that it's some messed up people in the world, but you also got to understand what's in front of you, you know what I'm saying? And you, once it's too late, you can realize that something that you lost was something that was good. So always take in consideration that life is short, you know what I'm saying? And always tell your loved ones to be safe regardless, because nowadays, you know what I'm saying, you don't know when it's your time, you know? And that's something that the world needs to really understand, and the youth, they really need to understand, because you can leave the house, bro, any given moment, and you can't come back. You know what I'm saying? When you going, you going. And I always preach on, like, love me while I'm here. Don't love me while I'm gone, because you can't do anything about it. You can't, you know what I'm saying, sit there and see my face again. No, like, I'm gone. Like, you can't, the only thing you do is cater to me and respect my death and wish that I was here. But like, when I was here, where was you at? You know what I'm saying? When I needed you the most. So it's just like, that's something I really preach on and very want to give out to my audience.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for coming on again, bro.
No problem. I appreciate you having me, man, for sure.